Hey guys, we're going to start looking at the 2014 HSC and the ways in which it relates to area and volume. So this was the first question that involved area and volume from the HSC, and it was a pretty standard problem dealing with annuluses. So it's a path 1.5 meters wide, surrounds a circular lawn of radius 3 meters. Now guys, I always believe the best thing to do is to write down things like, or important information like R, that's 3 meters. Now guys, that is only for the inside circle. The larger circle, if you were to say capital R for the large circle, was 1.5, you would be wrong. The correct answer is, it is 4.5, because we're looking from the distance from the center, 3 meters plus 1.5 meters to the edge. So between there is the big radius. Okay, so most of us remember the area equation for annuluses as area equals pi r squared, the area of the large circle, minus the area of the small circle. So guys, you wouldn't be writing all this stuff down in your test, however you would be doing this and typing this into your calculator. Pi times 4.5 squared minus pi times 3 squared. Okay, so we probably need to get our calculators out, and I'll just do that. Okay, it is 35.3429. The closest answer to that, of course, is C. Alright, that was easy. Let's see how the next one treats us. Okay, so question 25, the last multiple choice question. A grain silo is made up of a cylinder with a hemisphere, half a sphere, on top. The outside of the silo is to be painted. So, what is the area to be painted? Looking at this question, we need to know a few things. First thing we need to know is that the surface area of a sphere is equal to 4 times the area of a circle, or 4 pi r squared. The other thing that we need to work out, or need to know, is the surface area for a cylinder, which is 2 pi r squared, and that's for the top and the bottom, plus 2 pi r h, and that's for the curved surface going around like that. This is for the two circles, one on top, one on bottom. Alright, so the trick here is to work out what bits you need from this equation and how much of this equation you need. Now the surface area in total is going to be half the surface area of a sphere, so half 4 pi r squared, plus, now I'm not sure whether I'm going to answer this question correctly, the area around here. Now, for now, I'm not going to count the base. So all that would be is this part of the equation. So, plus 2 pi r h. Now guys, I've forgotten to do the one thing that I've been telling you for ages and ages to do. I forgot to tell you. Write down what r is equal to. The radius in this case is equal to 24. And this will help us later on. Actually, it'll help us right now. We're going to substitute that value in, so half times 4, that's just 2 times pi times 24 squared, plus 2 times pi times 24 times by 30, which is the height. Okay, I'll pause and I'll just get my calculator out. So, I've calculated it, and the answer that I get is 8143.00, which is the same as answer A. Now the only thing that you need to be aware of is some students might have found the area at the base. Now that's a valid question because you don't know whether it's a removable silo that you need to be able to pick up and shove somewhere. I would assume that you're not painting the base of the silo, that it's in the ground. Okay? Alright, but I'm going to stick with my answer. Moving on. So, here's this next question. The base of a water tank is in the shape of a rectangle with a semicircle at each end, as shown. The tank is 1400 ml long, it's 560 ml wide, and has a height of 810. Not to scale. What is the capacity of the tank to the nearest litre? Okay, guys, so we need to be able to convert between millimeters cubed and litres. Now, I've got to tell you, I've got no clue how to do millimeters cubed to millilitres because they're not the same thing. However, I do know this. Centimetres cubed is millilitres, exactly. And I can change millilitres to litres easy. So why don't we change all of these values to centimetres? Okay, so this one's going to just become 81, this one becomes 56, this one becomes 140, if they're all in centimetres. Alright, now this becomes a lot easier to do. So the base of a water tank is the shape of a rectangle with semicircle at each end, showing the tank here is 1400 millimeters. What is the capacity of the tank? Okay, guys, what we need to do now is find the volume of the tank. Now, volume is equal to the area of the base times by the height. The area of the base, now the base is this shape. Now you might notice that this shape is exactly the same as the shape that's reflected up at the top. That is because it is a sort of a prism, not really, technically it's not a prism. Now that is the same as all of this. Okay, so that's the area of the base. The height, however, is the distance from here to there. That's the height. That's 81 centimetres. So we're going to do this separately. The area of the base is, now it's the area of a circle, which is pi r squared, plus the area of a rectangle, base times height. Now I know some people are saying, oh, well, there's only half a circle. Yeah, there's only half a circle here, but then there's another half a circle there. What does one half of a circle plus another half a circle make? A whole circle. Okay. Alright, guys, the one thing that I didn't do is I didn't write down what r is equal to. Now, if it's 560 millimeters from one side to the other, I'm going to have to half that. Half of 56, it gives me 28. Okay, so is it 280? No, it's not. It is 28 centimeters, guys, because we're using centimeters and it's a lot easier to deal with. Okay, so let's get to it. Pi times 28 squared plus the base. Well, we haven't worked out what the base is because the base of this is from here to here. From here to here. So we're going to have to subtract half of this, which is 56, from 1400. Now, 1400 take away 140 take away 56. Remember, 140 take away 56. That's going to be 84. So we're going to have a base of 84 and a height of 56. Okay, guys, so be very careful with these units. Alright. Now, of course, I didn't put in here that I'm timesing all this by the height. So once I work out what that is, I'm going to times it by how tall it is, and then I'll write it in blue. It is not 810, 81. Alright, I'll let you guys finish this one off. Remember that your answer is going to be in cubic centimetres, which is the same as millilitres, and you need to change it to litres. In fact, guys, I'll stop it there. I'll be giving you one more video on the other Simpsons rule problem, which everyone thought was ridiculous.